You will not find this D11 chart in the regular 16 divisional charts that the software gives you. Alright. D11, number 11, there are 11 Rudras. That's why it's called Rudramsha. So D11 chart directly connects with the 11th house of your horoscope, guys. The first step is look at the first house of this D11 chart. Alright. Because in every divisional charts you have to study the first house first, whether it's strong or it is not strong. So if the Lagna Lord of the D11 chart is exalted or placed in own sign or in Mool Trikon, alright, or it is placed in good houses like first house, second house, fourth house, fifth house, seventh house, ninth house, 10th house, 11th houses, decent houses, then your gains are going to be good. Alright. Now if this 11th Lord of your D1 chart is getting impacted by benefics, then you are going to get easy and smooth money. Right, like how the rich people are now, wherever they do investment, they are going to get profit out of it. But if the 11th Lord of your D1 chart is aspected or conjunct with malefics like Saturn, Rahu, Mars, Ketu, or Sun also for that matter, it will be a little bit difficult. It will be a broken income, or it can be like income derived from harsh means, difficult means, depending on the nature. So if Saturn is connecting with the 11th Lord of your D1 chart by aspect or conjunction, that means there will be a lot of sorrow or hard work. So today we are going to talk about the D11 chart in astrology. D11 chart. What is D11 chart? Alright. So D11 chart is also called as Rudramsha. It is also called as Ekadasamsa, and it is also called as Labhamsha. Alright. So there are 16 divisional charts in astrology, which is like the Shodha Swarga, and you must have heard of Hora, Drekna, Chaturtamsa, Saptamsha, Navamsha, Dashamsha, Dwadashamsha, Shodashamsha, Vimshamsha, Nakshatramsa, Bhamsa, alright, Akshavedamsa, okay, and Shashtiyamsha, and there is also another D40 chart. So you will not find this D11 chart in the regular 16 divisional charts that the software gives you. Alright. D11, number 11, there are 11 Rudras. That's why it's called Rudramsha. So D11 chart directly connects with the 11th house of your horoscope, guys. Alright. Now what is 11th house all about? 11th house shows gains, profits, wealth accumulation, fulfillment of desires, achievements, honors, award and titles. Alright. So anything that has got a connection with your income, with your fulfillment of desires, with your gains, with your network circle, with prestigious awards and with large groups and community, that is the 11th house. Alright. So D11 means you are just dividing a particular zodiac sign into 11 equal parts. Alright. So now you are going 11x zoom into your 11th house of your horoscope. Alright. And when you are going 11x zoom, you are able to understand everything that has got to connect with your 11th house, your income, your gains. Alright. So what you have to do is, it's a very simple funda. Download this software called Jagannath Hora, and in Jagannath Hora, when you generate your horoscope, go to higher divisions, like the divisional section. There you select Rudramsha, it will be written D11. Alright. You have to select the regular Pandit Rath Rudramsha. So Rudramsha, Ekadasamsa, simple formula. First you have to open your Lagna chart, then you have to open your D11 chart. Okay. In the Lagna chart, obviously you know your ascendant or your rising. You can be Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer or whatever. But in the D11 chart, there can be a different Lagna or a different rising sign. Alright. Now you can be a Leo ascendant in your D1 chart, but you can be an Aquarius ascendant in the D11 chart. Alright. So first step is look at the first house of this D11 chart. Alright. Because in every divisional charts, you have to study the first house first, whether it's strong or it is not strong. So if the Lagna Lord of the D11 chart is exalted or placed in own sign or in Mool Trikon, alright, or it is placed in good houses like first house, second house, fourth house, fifth house, seventh house, ninth house, 10th house, 11th houses, decent houses, then your gains are going to be good, alright. Now, if the Lagna Lord of your D11 chart is getting debilitated or it is getting conjunct with malefics like Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, Mars, alright, in Dusthanas like the 6th house, 8th house and 12th house, then your income is getting blocked and delayed according to the significance of the malefic that is afflicting your Lagna Lord of the D11 chart. Okay. So what you do is, first see the position, strength and dignity of the Lagna Lord of the D11 chart. That will show you an overall picture, how much you can gain and how much you cannot gain, alright. Then find out who is the 11th Lord of your Lagna chart, okay. So, if you are an Aries ascendant, your 11th Lord is Saturn, okay. Similarly, if you are a Gemini ascendant, then your 11th Lord is Mars, okay. So, in that way you have to find who is your Lagna Lord, okay. Now, take that Lagna Lord and see in which particular house, in what particular sign and in what dignity it is placed in your D11 chart, because that will show you the connection, that is your 11th Lord of the D11 chart, in whichever sign it is going, the sign is like the play area. It will show you the source of income, in what nature it is going to come, alright. So, if your 11th Lord is going to Taurus sign, then you can get money from food, gemstones, jewelries, exhibitions, arts, right, all these things, matters of the Taurus. But if it is going into Scorpio, then you can get an income from transformative situation, from inheritance, from insurance. You can get income from occult science like astrology also, like Tantra, Mantra, mysticism. So first see in which particular sign your 11th Lord is placed, okay. Now, it will be placed in a particular sign, right. See the strength of the dispositor, whether the sign in which the 11th Lord of your D1 chart is placed in the D11 chart, its dispositor, that is the planet ruling that particular sign, if it has gone to good houses and if it is in exaltation, or if it is in own sign, or if it is in Mool Trikon, or it is in friendly sign, alright. Now, if this 11th Lord of your D1 chart is getting impacted by benefics, then you will going to get easy and smooth money, right, like how the rich people are now, wherever they do investment, they are going to get profit out of it. But if the 11th Lord of your D1 chart is aspected or conjunct with malefics like Saturn, Rahu, Mars, Ketu or Sun also for that matter, it will be a little bit difficult. It will be broken income, or it can be like income derived from harsh means, difficult means, depending on the nature. So if Saturn is connecting with the 11th Lord of your D1 chart by aspect or conjunction, that means there will be a lot of sorrow or hard work involved. Something like you could be somebody who is doing post-mortem, or you could be somebody who is like a rickshaw puller. So there is a lot of hard work going on to get that income. But if it is conjunct or aspected by benefics, then it's going to be very good, guys, alright. Similarly, you have to see the 11th house of your D11 chart. Which particular sign is falling in your 11th house of your D11 chart, and where is the Lord of the 11th house of your Rudramsha, your D11 chart, going in the D11 chart itself and also going in the D1 chart, because there will be a connection, alright. Let's say I am having a Aquarius ascendant in my D11 chart, okay. My 11th house is ruled by Jupiter, alright. Jupiter is placed in the 4th house conjunct with Rahu in the sign of Taurus, alright. And my 11th Lord of my D1 chart, Saturn, it is placed in the sign of Scorpio in the 10th house, alright. And the dispositor of this Saturn, Scorpio sign Mars, it is exalted in the 12th house, alright. Here you see the spiritual connection. The 11th Lord of the D11 chart, Rudramsha, is going to the 4th house in the sign of Taurus. Taurus is Venus's sign, conjunct with malefic Rahu, all right. But Rahu is exalted in Taurus, so it is showing that income. First, Sagittarius sign is falling in the 11th house of the D11 chart. So something connected to spirituality is coming in the 11th house. Then that energy is going to the 4th house. So my home environment or my office environment, like home come office, that is getting connected. It is conjunct with Rahu. Now I am doing astro, alright, but my astro is focused in English, not in Hindi or Tamil or Bengali, alright. So Rahu is getting connected and viewers are coming more from, let's say, abroad, foreigners. And similarly, Saturn, the 11th lord of my D1 chart, is placed in the 10th house in Scorpio. So my income is going to come from astrology also, or through inheritance also, or through transformative situations also. And whether I am going to get income or not, that will be decided by the dispositor Mars, because Saturn has gone to Scorpio, no. So this Mars is exalted in the 12th house. So that can show that income can be obtained from foreign land, or income can be obtained from ancestors, the Pitris, because ancestors are very important when it comes to astrology, because they are the people who put thoughts into your subconscious mind when you are doing consultations, alright. So this circuit is done. Why I am discussing my own chart is because now people will say, why didn't you do Elon Musk's chart or Bill Gates' chart or whatever, some famous celebrities' chart? Because their birth time is not accurate, alright. Now this D11 chart, when you are dividing a sign like by 11 equal parts, 30 degrees by 11 equal parts, it will be roughly like 2.4, 2.3 or 2.4 degrees each, alright. So the D11 chart will change quickly, alright. Now if the time is not accurate, we will just be doing hocus pocus prediction. It's not going to be to the point. That's why I am quoting my own chart, okay. So it is important to have strong benefics placed in good houses of your D11 chart, alright. What I mean by that is that your Venus, your Mercury, your Moon and your Jupiter, the benefics have to be placed in good houses, like 2nd house or 4th house or 5th house or 7th house or 9th house or 10th house, or in the 11th house means that's best, because benefics will give you easy money and smooth money. Malefics will give you hard work and blockages, and then only it will give you money, alright. So benefics have to be strong in the D11 chart, especially the significator of wealth, Jupiter. Jupiter's placement is very important in your D11 chart, because Jupiter is a significator of wealth, alright. So if Jupiter is well placed, if it is exalted or it is placed in the 11th house itself, or if it is aspecting the 2nd house or the 5th house or the 10th house or the 11th house, good houses in your D11 chart, and Jupiter itself is well placed, not aspected or conjunct by malefics, then it is like an extreme case that you can become a billionaire or a millionaire or a multi-millionaire, alright. Similarly, if the 11th lord of your D11 chart is conjunct with either Jupiter or Rahu, Jupiter expands and Rahu amplifies. So Jupiter is 5x, Rahu is 100x. So if it is conjunct with the 11th lord of your D11 chart, if it is conjunct with Jupiter or Rahu, then it's gonna magnify and multiply your wealth, and it's going to make you a multi-millionaire and billionaire during the Dasha Antar Dasha of either the 11th lord of your D11 chart or Jupiter of your D11 chart or Rahu, because Rahu will activate that particular 11th lord when it is conjunct with it, okay. The next point is that this chart will show you karmic gains, alright. So let's say a particular planet is getting exalted. Let's say Mars is getting exalted in your D11 chart. So you can get gains from land, buildings, property and vehicles, because Mars is the significator of all these 4 things. Similarly, Venus is exalted in your D11 chart in except 6, 8, 12. When 6, 8, 12, then you have to see the dispositor also. Then you can get money from food, restaurants, garments, beauty, luxury, resort, hotels, etc., etc., or even airports, because Venus signifies all these things. Now let's say Saturn is getting exalted in your D11 chart, then through manufacturing or through law or through judiciary or through industry or through leather or through construction, if there is a Saturn Mars connection, you can get a lot of massive gains. Alright, but if Saturn is exalted, it will give you gains only after its maturity age, 35. If Rahu is exalted, it will give you gains only after 42. More gains after 42, after its maturity age, because malefics start giving gains after its maturity age. So if it's Mars, then it will give you after 28. If it is Ketu, it's going to give you after 48. It will give you a little bit, but it is going to give you after 48. Okay. Also, the second lord is the second house of your horoscope. It is your family wealth and your accumulated wealth. Okay. If your second lord of the D1 chart is well placed in the D1, then you are going to be born in a wealthy family and you are going to get easy liquidity and gold and jewelries and gemstones and everything. But if the same second lord is also well placed in the D11 chart, that means whenever you will run the dasha antar dasha of the second lord of your D1 chart, you are going to get money or liquid money from the house in which the second lord is placed in your D11 chart. Okay. So I think I've covered all the points. Alright. Now what you do is download Jagannath Hora, create your D11 chart and check in your D11 chart that what is the position and dignity of the 11th lord of your D1 in the D11 and the position and dignity of the 11th lord of the D11 in the D1. What is the interconnection between them? What are the planets connecting with the 11th house of your D11? If benefics are getting well placed or exalted in your D11 chart, and the second lord and the 11th lord should not be aspected or conjunct with Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, Sun, Mars in Dusthana 6, 8, 12. And if there is a Parivartan, that is also great. Alright. So do it for yourself. I cannot give reference of billionaire's chart because I don't have the exact birth detail of a billionaire as of yet. And if some billionaire comes and consults with me, then I will be able to give you credible data. But just taking a horoscope detail from the internet, looking at the rating that this is very good or this is very average rated birth details, it's not accurate. I don't want to give falsified information, guys. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have liked this video, please hit the like button. If you have disliked this video, please hit the dislike button, but show me your genuine reaction. And remember to subscribe to Purabs Universe, because only if you subscribe to Purabs Universe, you will get access to such different content. And that's it for today. Take care of yourself. Take care of the elderly people and the stray animals around you. Don't get into addictions. Alright? Adios, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Vande Mataram.